course.
Of course. So I guess it's a good thing I told you details before anything. All right, so we're
Yeah.
live. And how do we sound? Okay, hang on. So got no. So I guess it's a good thing I told you details before any. Okay, so we seem to be up and running. Okay. And we're actually, you know what? We're right on time. You said 8:45. It's 8:45.
Is
So
that the American?
what?
Oh, sorry. My fiance has the women's freestyle locals
Oh,
on.
okay. Are we thrashing the Canadians again?
Yes.
Yes!
Okay, can I show you what is possibly one of the cooler T-shirts I own?
Yes. Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
From
Who's
Russia with love.
from Russia with love? So yeah, man. First, we bodied them in curling. We bodied them in hockey. They were like, "All right, we're going to compete with you, Americans," and they had a school shooting today, uh, which is not. It's not. So here's the thing: terrible. And as I was talking to Max before I actually decided to kick it live, I was letting him know. For those of you who follow me on Tumblr, you may have seen a post about it. But the reason we are delayed this morning, and I'm not bringing this up because I'm happy about it or I think it's a joke. I will miss this man a lot. I found out today my boss passed away in his sleep this morning, and I think I know what happened. He sustained a head injury recently and got it checked out, but he had some swelling, and it's possible he had like an aneurysm in his sleep or something like that. Like, that's the only thing that really makes sense to me. But I don't know, and I'm not gonna know because I'm not family. So today was a little fucked up. Let's just put it that way. For me personally, it was fucked up. For Canada, it was fucked up because they had a tranny school shooter, and the media apparently did a really good job of dressing that up because I think they referred to the male to female school shooter as a gun person, which
It's almost like really making it seem like the guns do actually kill people.
exactly the gun was like piloting this person like a mech.
Like
So,
the inside out
mhm.
emojis.
so
And
ladies and
what are they
gentlemen,
called? I
the
have no
ins-
idea.
I know I heck the inside. Oh, though okay. So I haven't seen that movie. Have you seen the movie?
I haven't either.
Okay,
I
it's just
know
one
the
of those
memes
things.
of it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
See, I always go to like I'm like Osmosis Jones, where like I don't know if the emotions specifically, but my body is like a municipal thing. Like I think of my cells as like people. But if I just for all my audience, if I just seem a little off or distracted tonight, that's what I got going on. And like in an also kind of fucked up way, I'm also realizing, oh shit, I'm in charge now. Um, I'm going to talk to our
Yeah.
corporate bosses about it tomorrow, but I'm going to really be like, hey guys, I know you didn't really want to call it last night, and I didn't want to force it last night, but we should not be open today because this is fucked up and everybody's really upset. So I don't know it's Valentine's Day, but we're going to probably just need to take a day if you want us to be functional Friday and Saturday, which are arguably going to be bigger sales days than Thursdays. So I get to wear my manager's shoes tomorrow about that, which is fuck, man. Tomorrow's all supposed to be my fucking day off, by the way. Like, probably we'll see. Like, here's the thing: if I have to go into work because of this, okay, I'm alive. I have the privilege of being alive and getting to live,
Yeah.
and I, so many things because again, like I didn't. It was a boss relationship, but he was my friend. But it's like a friendship within like the parameters of like he's my boss. So
Hmm.
I'm feeling this right now. Like I don't know if it's because I've compartmentalized like what's happening. I probably am to a little bit. I definitely am in a little bit of shock. But like I this is a terrible thing. And the fact that I'm talking about it on the show is like I just wanted everybody to know that like I'm okay, but this is just
I
fuck, man. Like
I mean, Could they at least give you guys like a delayed opening? Like,
So we are like we were
not even
supposed.
till like 2 or 4.
Well,
or
here's the
something.
thing. They're like, all right, we're going to delay opening tomorrow by an hour. And I'm just like, okay, that's good. And in the back of my mind, I'm also just like, an hour? Our general manager died, and you're going to have us open an hour later the next day? Like this is the thing. Like, I
This is
have
where working for like an actual like
corporation,
very
like
large
big, yeah.
corporation
It's
has
like
this deeply unhuman aspect to it.
yeah, and like here's the thing too is my district manager, who is a very nice person, I know she was about probably if not as close to him as I was, closer because she's a little closer with the general managers. A, because she has to be, and B, because she's genuinely likable. She's also pretty upset. So, and like our vice president, excuse me, we're large enough to have several vice presidents.
It's like the office at the Bateman's trading firm.
Yeah, no,
Everybody's a vice
exactly. As
president.
everybody's a vice president, but nobody actually works. She was in our store a month ago and met all of us, and her and my boss, my boss doesn't like her, but like there was a connection made. So like if they're like, hey, do you think you can get everybody to come to work tomorrow? I'm going to be like, no, I really don't. I also think that if I tried to press the issue, most of them would quit. So be that as it may, you tell me what you want me to do, and I'll consider if I'm going to quit or not. Because like, I obviously do need this job for financial reasons. Like, I can't just up and go. Like, I have some savings, but I have a couple of months essentially worth of savings accessible. So like, I'd rather not have to quit. But if they're real ghoulish about it, I will. Like, this is the thing right now. Like, I can truly only handle so much. And if they're going to be ghoulish about it, I'm literally just going to be like, okay, well, you have no general manager. And if you press this, you will have no assistant general manager. And the only other manager in the store is 23 years old and goes to school full time and truly actually doesn't work 30 hours a week. So that's what you're going to have going forward if you press this. Or you can let us have today off, and I will be there on Friday, and I can guarantee at least 2 or 3 other people will be there, and we'll make it work going forward, and we'll find a way to move on. But if you're ghoulish, I will take this whole fucking store down as I go. So what's it going to be? It's pretty good negotiating, right? Like, you can tell I do sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll do the intro. We'll get into the meat and potatoes here. And yeah, here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 202. So I believe I had titled this, what was this episode? Oh yeah, Lost Dog Panopticon. So I'll wait for Max to come back before we really get into the topic of the show. I just, let's see, Death Gelato, we sound good. Excellent. I'm sure it'll mess up somehow, so I'll keep an eye on chat. Hopefully we'll be rolling okay. But, okay, you know what? Well, I'll bring it up again when Max comes back. There he is. Welcome back, sir.
Right.
No, you're good. You're good.
Just want to get some water.
All good, man. You got to stay hydrated. So, the title of the episode, of course, is Lost Dog Panopticon. So I assume, Max, you watched the Super Bowl, or at least part of it.
Yes.
Okay. So outside of everything else about the fact that it felt like a Thursday night football game.
No, it was worse than most.
It was like nobody actually scored a touchdown
like I was
to the fourth.
watching like Division II,
literally
like college football. It was a bad,
boring. Just that kicker on the Seahawks, man. If they don't give him a bonus, like just. Anyway, though, you saw that commercial from the Ring doorbell company, correct? So, for those of you who aren't aware, Ring put out this commercial where they're like, oh, lost dogs and lost pets is a huge issue these days. With the new Ring app, you can upload a picture of your dog, and the picture of your dog will be sent to every Ring doorbell in your neighborhood, and all Ring doorbells will begin a sweep of the area for the missing animal. and these missing dogs or missing cat pictures can no way, shape, or form be used as pictures of people or humans or their faces and will not be used for similar reasons. And your child will get their pet back. Doesn't that sound great? At the same time, here on Discord, where we used to host our podcast, where we record from, Discord will have a policy next month where you either have to upload a selfie or you have to upload your government ID to confirm that you are an adult. So I've thought a lot about this. And like, I'm not okay with it. But like, giving a picture of my face doesn't really bother me because you and I, of course, you may feel differently. We are currently using a Discord video chat function, meaning our faces are already being recorded through Discord.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's safe to assume they already know what we look like. Like, I don't know, truly. Like, I obviously, if there's an alternative to Discord out there, I'd be open to it. But
TeamSpeak, baby.
Oh my god, TeamSpeak. So it's not. I know Venmo is a cash payment app. Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, and Ventrilo. Those were the two, but TeamSpeak especially was the big one back in the day, brother. Yeah. Call of Duty original 2004.
I don't think I ever used that one.
Oh damn!
I was always a TeamSpeak guy.
TeamSpeak, I gotcha. Yeah, Ventrilo was kind of ass. TeamSpeak was better. But yeah. So I'm probably just gonna wind up uploading a picture of myself because like it's really not like I shouldn't. I know it's lazy to just do it and comply, but I just don't care. Like I'm not a child, so it's not a problem for me. It's whatever. I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on it? Like, obviously, yeah, but sorry.
Dude, I have thought about it, and yeah, I mean, if it's just a face thing, like that, they're like going to use some AI to be like, I guess this guy looks 30 something.
Yeah,
then whatever.
That's literally it.
And if it's like they want me to scan my ID with my government name so I can like send memes to my friends, then the answer is fuck you.
Exactly. Yeah.
like
the face picture is okay, but if you're like, nope, sorry, we need the ID, then it's like, all right, I guess I'm going to be a teenage account that's behind that firewall you're about to make because I'm not giving you my ID. That's not happening.
Like, and I'm like, what are the guardrails for the teen accounts anyways at a certain point? Now, like, the thing is, like, at a certain level, like Discord servers like can get pretty depraved.
Yeah, they can.
Having any kid on some of these places
is not good.
Not good.
Like this is, I feel like this is a really good thought experiment for us as anarcho-capitalists because this is a subset of a larger issue that has been happening for a while, where you have the government, you know, infringing on freedom of speech and like freedom of internet access in order to protect children. But there is a genuine argument for the fact that kids need to be able to not just be able to fire up Firefox and immediately access hardcore pornography, or these Discord servers full of other adults who are engaging in some really degenerate behavior, which if you want to do that in your own servers, I'm not saying it's okay, but it's like the government, it's whatever. There needs to not be children involved in that. Like children need to not just be able to hop onto Pornhub by saying they're over 18 because it's not good. Like it's been this tongue-in-cheek thing for a long time. And like I feel like it's done more damage than most people are really willing to admit.
I think yes, it definitely has. I would say there really is a different safety culture for internets, I think, between different classes. And it's like when people talk about like people who eat DoorDash like food like 3 times a day. It's like, you know, it's like their entire budget. Like I feel like they're a different species than me.
Yeah. Like the fact that their vote counts as much as mine, not that we really believe in voting, but it's like, really?
And the same thing goes for like people who like just want to stuff like an iPad in front of their kid, like with no parental controls and like not care about it. But like, here's the deal: it does actually go down on the parents at a
It
certain
does.
level. Like, you have to restrict
Hmm.
at some point your child's like access to these things. Like,
Yeah.
me as an adult, like, there's kind of this thing that like, if I'm gonna go to a bar
Hmm.
that actually like make sure that, or like the club, right, like, and they're checking IDs, they actually want everybody that's 21 years old there.
Hmm.
And it's like kind of a problem when like somebody like very obviously underage sneaks into the club, because we're
Yeah.
like,
Oh, this is not
like,
okay.
we really don't want to hang out with
Children.
like children. um or the alternative is like maybe a more tame scenario, which is like, okay, breweries are like usually like a little more casual, like place
Hmm.
you might go, might have like more family afternoon kind of
Yeah.
like crowd. And like, I'm okay if like the kids are like, oh, out in the yard, like people bring their
Yeah.
dogs, like I bring my dog, whatever.
Especially if
Kids
there's
are
like a
kids are like
designated
playing some
like kids
games in
area.
the
Yeah.
side area.
Yeah. Like Dave and
They're just like,
Buster's.
like, I went here to a place that sells beer. You make money by selling me beer.
Yeah.
And then like, you're just gonna like turn a blind eye to like kids running around and like harassing me
Yeah.
while I'm like having a beer. Like, yeah, I don't want kids in my area
Exactly.
necessarily. Like, and here's the thing: like, as a potential family man or anything like that,
Hmm.
I don't think it's a bad thing to necessarily take your kids with you places, as long as
No,
they're
exactly.
appropriately like set up, like they're prepared to do those things.
Hmm.
And like I say, it's always on the parents to prepare their
No, of
kids to
course.
be ready to go hang out in a restaurant, or like at like the brewery or the taco truck or something like that. Like, hang out and be able to like not be a nuisance to everybody else and like entertain themselves and stuff like that.
Hmm.
um but yeah, there's just people who just like, oh, just completely like lowest common denominator, check out, and they're just like, don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
um and they're like, oh, yeah, just get over it, it's your problem. No, it's your problem, and you
Yeah.
made it my problem.
Exactly.
And it's like this mindset of like, I don't have wireless headphones that are compatible with my non-headphone jack device. So instead of that just being a problem for me that I can't watch my videos with noise, I'm going to make it everyone else's problem that now you have to listen to all the stupid Instagram reels that I'm going to watch on the bus
Yeah.
or something like that. And so yeah, it's just really bad actors with um, no decency, self control,
This
that
is,
impose upon us these
yeah.
things,
I
when it should
feel
just
like,
obviously be like, hey, no child can buy internet service and a fucking computer.
no, that's
Like,
exactly it too. Like
it's up
there
to
are
the parent
already
to control their access to it.
there are already several checks in the way. Like, for example, if you like a child cannot simply wake up one day and go, okay, I'm just going to buy a computer and get internet access and like pay for a subscription. Like, you're right. It is on the parents, and like it would be nice. Like there's a level, obviously, like as a website you want to be secure, but you also don't want to like I think the fact that there are people who are actually willing to like somehow upload their like ID or their identity to like a porn website in order to access it, I feel like that's like a special level of like depraved craziness that like I can't I can't quite comprehend that. But like that's what people do, or they get like VPNs and shit. But like there are people who will like do it. They'll upload their government ID to fucking Discord so they continue like fucking around on their shitty servers. Or there are people who will like upload their IDs to I don't know what websites are out there in order to access pornography, and that's legitimately insane to me. And what I was gonna say earlier too is like it's the same kind of people I do think who would, hey, come on, who would, stick an iPad in front of their kid, not attempt to filter their access at all. And it comes down to, can these people imagine an apple in mind in 3D, and can they rotate the apple continuously without it stopping smoothly? And then can they, now it's changing its axis. Now it's kind of rotating around a little bit. Like, I don't think these people can do that. And I think there's a way we need to measure that kind of brain activity, because I feel like that is it right there. If we have to pick one line that everybody is judged by equally, it's, can you imagine an apple in your head in 3D and rotate it? Okay, describe it.
That's a section on the SAT, is to project shadows from objects or from multiple angles of shadows of objects
okay.
To divine what the shape is that's being cast with light on it.
I don't remember much of the SAT, honestly.
Or maybe it's the ACT.
ACT.
I forget which one.
So here's the thing. Like, I also took both. I just don't. Hey, don't step on the keyboard, you little fuck. Get out of here. What do you think you're doing? This dude's trying to kill the signal. He's trying to stop the show. Can you believe this? This motherfucker right here. Look at this guy. Yeah, you little son of a bitch. Shut up. All right. Yeah, man, like I said, there's got to be some medium between you have to upload the front and back of your ball sack to the whatever website you're trying to access in order to like get into it. And yeah, oh, you're 18? Wink, wink, sure, come on in. Here's the most brutal, graphic, hardcore sexual images you will ever see. Like, most people are really not supposed to see this shit, but it's 3 clicks away. Here you go. Like, there's got to be some medium in there, some middle ground that isn't like a complete fucking privacy violation, and at the same time, I don't know, the overall cult of pedophilia that hangs over the United States like a ghost doesn't get its continuous blood supply. Like, there's got to be something in the middle there. Yeah, like, the anarcho-capitalist solution is just give kids guns. Because not only are they going to be able to protect themselves from pedophiles, they will be way too busy learning how to use the gun and using the gun in general to, like, ever really want to be on an iPad. Like, could you imagine? Hey, Billy, you want your iPad, or do you want your 12 gauge? I want the 12 gauge, Dad. Like, every child is going to pick the gun. It's a free market solution.
Here's a box full of clays.
Your Pappy is out there. Pappy is psyched.
12 gauge is a little bit much for the smaller kids.
Like a 20 or a 410 maybe. 410. Yeah. 410. I mean, we could also, like I said, you could get Pappy out there with his NRA hat and his orange NRA vest. Ooh, ow. And he can just get out there and he can have like a little 22 plinker and we'll just shoot cans all day. Like, that's a good way to start. Pappy, of course, like, needs to be like, there's the weakness right there. Like, Pappy could also be somebody who touches kids, which is why there just needs to be a sign posted somewhere in like child font with like animals and balloons and shit that says, if Pappy tries to touch you, you can shoot Pappy in the face. Like, just displayed like in like a big one too. Like it's like car sized, I would say, just so you can't miss it. And like, the kids will just play with guns all day, and they'll just not want to touch phones or computers or iPads because they'll play with guns all day. And then they don't like access porn. They're much less likely to get groomed by strangers on the internet. And again, they are in a safe environment where they know that if somebody tries to touch them inappropriately, they can just shoot them. I don't see a downside here. Truly.
This is multiple weeks in a row we've discussed giving children guns. Right?
Exactly. Multiple weeks in a row. Like, we are nonetheless, if nothing else, consistent. We're very consistent. We have principles. Exactly. We check chat real quick here. Genuinely, who... Yeah, I was going to say, we got Saint Luck the Laughter. Genuinely, who at Ring thought that would be spun positively? Again, if you've never worked in a corporate environment, you don't understand like the kind of stupidity that exists.
It's not just the people at corporate. Like, there's a lot of people who, like, genuinely are like, "Oh, I could find my dog." Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, like, there are people who actually drink the Kool-Aid.
Could ever harm me?
Of course, though, like,
I could never rotate that shadow in my head.
No, yeah, like, rotate the shadow in my head? No, why? There's no shadow there. What are you talking about? Like, oh, just picture the shadow, but there's no shadow. I just told you. So. There are also
that is illuminating the shadow.
There are also like people who are like, oh no, that's a complete bullshit. We're doing it to steal people's information and be evil. Like there are those people out there too. The fact that Discord just got a CEO that was born in Israel is, of course, a total coincidence. Also, as well, we don't want to. We are coincidence enthusiasts, but we don't want to,
I was not aware. I
Yeah.
didn't know about
Let
that.
me. I'm gonna double
Telling me
check
for the
that.
first time right now.
Discord CEO. First search result: Discord CEO Israel. Humam Saknini is an Israeli management consultant, financial technology entrepreneur, and technology and video game industry executive who has served as the CEO, chief executive officer of Discord since April of 25. Okay. I mean that's okay.
What?
That's just he's Israeli. That's just, and we're just also getting this like verification for ID at the same time. But oh, I know what I did. We were kind of talking about Ring, and then I just segued into Discord. That's what I did, and now I'm clicking through video. Hang on. Oh my god. Woo. There we go. Now we're back to normal. That was fun. Um, Kids need to be field stripping firearms and learning how to can vegetables. They yearn for the homestead. Yes, they do. They definitely do. Yeah, like this is the thing. If your kids' hands are busy tending gardens and canning vegetables and target shooting, they don't really have room for a whole lot else. Like they don't want a phone or an iPad or a computer. I mean, the desktop computer, I feel like that's okay because that follows the old spirit of like you had to go to the internet. You had to go to the computer. It was a place you went and you spent time there, and then when you were done, you left and the computer stayed there. That's how it used to be. In every home during the dial-up age, during like the early DSL age, the cable age, where we're at right now, it used to be a place you would go in your home and it would stay there. And I think we were better off that way for sure. Like obviously there are benefits to having a computer in the home. But who knows that we really need to be at the point we are right now. Even again, me saying that while hosting a podcast on Discord in 2026 using my desktop computer while I am also on my cell phone, which I actually probably should be paying more attention to given recent events.
Wait, did you freeze? Oh, okay.
No, I'm still here. I'm sorry. I'm just reading texts from like my employees and shit. I'm just like, oh my god. What were we gonna say?
Oh no, I just it looked like you froze for a second. So
oh no, yeah.
I enjoy the computer as a desktop computer. I used to have a laptop in college for a little bit. I I like being able to go on vacation and stuff, or just go places where I just did not bring a laptop, and all of a sudden, all I am doing is the stuff I'm doing, and like I'm at a point where I like don't like my phone, and it'll happen frequently where I have like just maybe 15-20 minutes where I put my phone in a different pocket or something like that, and then I miss a message, and then like things happen.
Yep.
Or like it's inconvenient, and it's just like, well, it's nice to be able to talk to everyone simultaneously in the entire world, but also like, why do I have just like a constant spam line to India in my pocket all the time?
Yeah, that's another thing.
And on top of that, like, I've got like my work email and like my work phone connected to what is essentially my normal phone every day walking around. And it is kind of nice in a customer service point of view from like, oh, I have like a late evening, thing happening, or like I don't have to physically sit around in my office to answer phone calls. But that means I'm also just like reachable at all times. I mean, I could set the phone to voicemail only at certain hours or whatever. I just need to go through and set it up or something like that. Um, but yeah, it's just like, well, I'm always reachable. I'm always within this like nexus, the panopticon, if you will, the perfect prison.
Yeah. So did you happen to see a little dumb argument I started on Tumblr today?
I haven't been on Tumblr
So
all today.
first of all, you're better off, and like this is it feels really hard to actually like care about this argument now that everything has happened. But I was making jokes about how basically poking fun at right wingers who aren't okay with weed, who get like really upset about like marijuana. And the post I originally made was Oy vey goyim, don't smoke weed, it's terrible for you. You'll feel more relaxed and you might not be as productive, which hurts the shareholders. Energy drinks and nicotine? Oy vey, that's perfect. You'll work harder, so the shareholders will get more profit, and you'll get sick and die sooner, so we don't need to take care of you in your old age after bankrupting you with medical bills. Yes, consume Oy goyim, which it's a fucking stupid post, man, but it's a shit post. And if you're going to respond angrily to that, like I've already kind of won. But also, I know I shouldn't be doing this shit anymore because it's stupid. But it's funny. So I had this guy going for a little bit, and he was like, "Oh, it's reverse psychology. They want you doing the weed." And I was just like, basically, he posted this thing about how more leftists smoke weed than people on the right, which I don't even think that's why that's a point you need to argue. Like, nobody argues that. Of course, there are more people who smoke weed on the left than the right. Like, that's so what? And I was like, all right, so it's bad because liberals do it. Is kindergartner tier logic. And I was like, you're getting psyoped by 100-year-old reefer madness propaganda from paper companies. You're working for the shareholders without even knowing it. And then he posted some like, it was weird that like instead of like normally people will be like, well, here are these scientific studies showing all of like the detrimental health effects from like consuming too much marijuana, which they do exist. They can fuck you up. We have talked about it on the show before. There are mental health issues that can arise. There are cardiovascular issues that can arise, especially if you are already like predispositioned to this.
Mhm.
And he's just what he posts is just like cannabis alters perception in ways that feel deep, insight like feelings. Why do some people report a sense of unity or ego disillusion? And I'm just like, I don't think I ever mentioned that. That's like weird that you're bringing it up. And it's puff puff. We're all the same. We're just human. Borders are just social constructs, bro. And then my response was, we got to keep giving billions of tax dollars, this is in quotes, by the way, to the government so they'll send cops to go after pot smokers because my fragile white ethno state will fall to pieces if people are allowed to smoke a plant and ask questions. And then it devolves from there. This other person's like, and when the cartels buy up all the pot plantations, I'm sure the world will be in a better place. I've actually had two people respond to this. I had some dude who is Orthodox, which again, I have nothing against people who are Orthodox Christians at all. But he was going, that was like most of the response. And then he starts going off about how, well, the Orthodox Church forbids weed. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not Orthodox. And I was literally just like, who is going to enforce your utopia? The cops? Like, you're going to give money to the cops to do this. If you think weed should be illegal, you're going to have cops who are going to enforce anti weed laws. Also, if you believe in state borders, those borders have to be policed by somebody. So, yes, you are actually for giving money to the cops. Billions of dollars of which. So he was like, oh, no, I'm not. That's a red herring. You're just bringing that up. And I'm just like, you brought it up. You made a joke about borders being a social construct and how you only arrived to that after smoking weed. And so he backed off. And then this other person was like, when the cartels buy up all the plot plantations, I'm sure the world will be in a better place. And I said, bro, the cartels are buying all the plantations. Trust me, bro. We got to give infinite money to the feds and Palantir to make weed illegal or the cartels win, bro. Ben Shapiro said so, bro. Which I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he said that exactly, but I know Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh, his underling, are both very like vocally anti-weed.
No,
So
they are. I think the the thing is, this is one of those like, um, what am I looking for? Like one of those stakes that like could really drive down the differences between like, libertarian right and conservative ink kind of people. like where there might be like lots and lots of agreement, like they'll still have like this icky feeling about weed because basically it goes back to, oh, people who protested against the Vietnam War smoked a lot of weed,
Mm-hmm.
and
So did the soldiers in
that
Vietnam, but
Nixon came up with a way to be able to arrest those people anytime he wanted to.
yeah.
That's what it comes down to. But yeah, if you want to catch me like saying, "Oh yeah, we should definitely like have cops like spend a lot of time trying to, stop people from growing and smoking weed,"
Like,
like
no.
I don't fucking care.
No.
It, like here's the thing: is like cops like could do a lot of things to harass antisocial people.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one of them I would come down with on like conservative ink is like if you smoke a joint like in a public place, really
That's,
antisocial.
yeah, it pretty
That
much is. Like, I also, obviously, there's this
like
idea.
cigarettes are like smelly
Yeah.
and um like obviously you won't get like a contact high from weed that much
Mm-hmm.
either, but
You
what it
shouldn't
is
smoke
about
around
it's
other
about
people.
it, it's about asserting your preferences over others,
Yeah.
indicating that you don't have empathy for other
Mm-hmm.
people.
And
This is
I,
where general smoking bans for me are like at like, yeah, it's not good enough to just not have like a non-smoking section of a restaurant, right? Like
yeah.
there can be smoking restaurants, there can be non-smokers restaurants, but like if somewhere like is explicitly like a not like a public space that like we don't really have a choice whether we're
Mm-hmm.
both using it because we both have to use it to get from A to B,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna like smoke on the bus or the tram or whatever, like
It's like, please don't.
screw you.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Like, that's, I don't, and the other thing too I want to bring up about this is like I am firmly aware that potheads and stoners are fucking annoying. Like, especially people whose entire personality is that they smoke weed. It's insufferable. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is like this isn't. I just don't see this as coming from a point of rationality. I don't. Like, I feel like for the most part, most people who are really against weed on the right are looking for rational points to use in an otherwise completely emotional dislike for something. And here's the thing.
Yeah,
You don't
it's an
have to like
aesthetic
it. You
preference.
you don't
Yeah.
have to like it. I get it. I totally get it. You don't want to be around people who are stoned. You don't want to be around marijuana. You don't want people to smoke around you. That's perfectly valid. But to the point where you're like arguing that it should be illegal, I'm sorry, it's fucking stupid. So this person, of course, in response, gets really mad. Yes, because I listen to Ben Shapiro, a traitor whose first allegiance is to Israel. Hey, that's fine. He's a Jewish citizen after all. Dual citizenships shouldn't be a thing. And I am definitely for giving money to the feds infinitely. Typical ANCAP retardation. Someone says something you don't like, therefore must be big government. Black and white is all you know, which is why you'll die as retarded as you were born. Kind of cutting. All right, not bad. Like, very good for an insult. However, who enforces these laws? Like, you can say, oh no, it's not big government, but it is. It definitely is in that sense. If you want to form a private society where people don't smoke weed, that's fine. That's totally fine. But if you're going to vote for anti-weed laws, you need to understand force is going to be used to apply them to the populace. What you're saying is, yes, I want people to get shot over weed, which is just not worth anyone's time. It's really just not. You cannot like it. You cannot like it when people do it. You cannot want to be around high people. People should treat it like alcohol. They should consume it in moderation. You shouldn't do it and drive. There are lots of things you shouldn't do. You shouldn't do it around kids. If you're a parent, it's a good idea to really cut that down. It's just not worth killing people over, is what it comes down to. Like, this is the thing. If you are thinking... Sorry, go ahead.
I think what it comes down to is like they would love if cops were able to like actually arrest and imprison criminals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like what it comes down to, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, 100% of those dudes who like are, you know, robbing at gunpoint liquor stores or whatever, or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, or like are, you know, throwing Molotov cocktails, probably have some weed somewhere in their car or their house or on them. And I just aesthetically don't like that. And it's something I don't do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great way to like arrest them and get them. It's like you could very easily like clean up society by just viciously prosecuting people and imprisoning people or making them pay reparations through indentured servitude.
Mm-hmm.
um Shoplifters, people who vandalize stuff like
Mm-hmm.
graffiti artists and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, like that vanishingly small percentage of the population who does those like actually like actual they're petty crimes, but like if you asked probably them, they would have way more aesthetic aversion to smoking weed than they do to shoplifting, because it's like, oh, I do have food and I like to buy stuff, but I also like paying as little as possible for it. And so I kind of understand the motivation of somebody who might shoplift. I would never personally shoplift, but like I get where their shoplifters mindset comes from. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like, no, if you were to actually go after shoplifters or go after people who like, yeah, again, like spray paint stupid, just squiggly initials over everything all the time,
Mm-hmm.
or play music not on their headphones on public transportation,
Mm-hmm.
like it would take a month and it would be like utopia at that point.
I mean, I think was it El Salvador that like it's like
Oh,
the
if you have a
joke.
tattoo on your face that says "I rape people,"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
you're
it's
going to
like
prison.
yeah, man. Like that's kind of like I think even like Marcel, Anarchy and Black has argued this. Like if there are people who are like basically outwardly saying, "Hey, guess what? I in like an hour, I'm actually going to take this knife in my hand and I'm going to stab you to death with it." You can not have to wait for them to actually try to stab you before doing something about it. Like it's this is the thing about the NAP is like and
Like
I
all
don't
these
really
behaviors are them testing their your boundaries
no
to
that's
see if there's
exactly what it
some
is.
way, and how strict is the rules enforcement, and is
Mhm.
there anybody watching who is willing to say something about it?
Exactly.
Uh, and so yeah, like kick people out of your bar for smoking if it's a non-smoking bar. Here's the deal: is like on the flip side, like they should allow smoking bars again.
Hmm.
Like right now, the case is like everywhere pretty much has to be non-smoking.
Hmm.
Um, but it's like smokers have a preference, and you know if they really want to be somewhere that's a smoking establishment, like they should have that option. I think most people would choose not to be in those places. Um, but so there, you know, if there were 5 bars in your, you know, side of the town or whatever, one maybe would be a smoker's bar, and the other 4 would be like, oh, you smoke out on the patio, or like go out go out to the curb or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, kick people who are smoking weed out of whatever. And landlords could enforce this a lot too. That's something that
Hmm.
people don't appreciate. Like if we had genuine repeal of like civil rights law as far as like different things are concerned,
Hmm.
you would see so much more landlord discrimination against not necessarily race, but just things like,
Like a
oh, like we
tattoo that
really
says
want,
"I will smoke cigarettes inside the apartment." Like,
yeah, yeah, I'm going to constantly smoke cigarettes inside this apartment building, even though I signed a no smoking lease. Like like it just doesn't mean anything right
I
now.
will
Like you
keep
can't
2 large
enforce
dogs
con-
inside all day.
contracts like that. Yeah, we're gonna keep 2 unneutered pit bulls and breed them and have them constantly piss on the carpet.
Yeah, man,
Um,
it's my right.
yeah, just there's a lot of different ways to enforce this that don't come from
The
cops,
state. Yeah,
right?
this is yeah.
And they didn't come up with any of those.
Hmm. No, it's just immediately just running to the police, and it's like it's of course it's the same kind of shit that like the left does with other things. like hate speech and guns and what have you. Man, it feels, with everything else that has gone on today and everything else, it feels like we're just not talking about the fact that there was a Troon school shooter in Canada at Tumbler High. Tumbler High School is the name of the high school. Tumbler High.
The writers are getting.
This is like, this is just too much on the head, man. Like, I'm waiting somehow.
And the mounted police chief, like, multiple times corrected people mid press conference to say the correct gender for the shooter,
which is wild to me. Again, we've had this conversation, like,
ID a suspect and like I don't know what's going on with that.
It's just, again, it's a psyop. It's all a psyop.
I don't know what the details at all are on all this stuff. So was the shooter killed in the action there?
Yes, I believe. I don't know if they killed themselves or he killed himself or if he was killed by police, but he is dead. So he's among the people who died. As it should be.
Yeah, honestly, it's not like it's worth anybody's time or risking their lives or anything to like capture these people.
Like if you're a law enforcement and you respond to a school shooting and you walk into a room and there's a bunch of dead kids and there's a person with a vest and a gun, even if they're like, yeah, I'll turn myself in, like you should just be able to judge dread that shit on the spot. Like judgment, execution, like just immediately. And some people are going to be like, well, what if the cops are called on you and they roll up on you and you have a vest and a gun? And I'm like, well, unless I'm surrounded by 20 dead children, I'm fairly confident in my ability to go, hey, what's up? Like, you know, not doing anything illegal here, just practicing my rights. What can I do for you? Like, that's something also I can remain still.
Why do cops shoot unarmed people all the time? Body cam video of the unarmed. Just literally convulsing, like reaching into every pocket simultaneously.
Yeah, or it's like that one video with the large chick with the knife where she's like, ah! Like into the camera, and you're just like, man, this is not what you thought it would be.
Yeah, it looks like World War II propaganda from like the Nazis or something.
Yeah, like it's just ugh. Like it's also yeah. We still got some time. What else do we want to talk about?
Did you see the article about banning body cams? Actually,
I did not see that, but it doesn't surprise me that we're there.
So as we're talking about the Panopticon,
yes,
and surveillance everywhere and stuff like that. So as I had mentioned, I think on the last episode or maybe earlier, body cams have failed spectacularly at just keeping. Well, I don't know what the intention was exactly with body cams, except for it was like, oh, we really want lots of conclusive evidence that cops are murdering people.
So when body cams were first being introduced to police forces and really becoming a thing, when I was in college and I was actually actively studying criminal justice at the time. Now, criminal justice can come from a variety of different angles, but for the most part, it's criminal justice as you will be handling as somebody in the justice system. So you could be a lawyer or some sort of legal entity. You could be a correctional officer, fag. You could be a cop, fag. I, unfortunately, at the time was still in my right-wing libertarian phase and thought that I could be a cop. Thank God I grew out of that shit. But what the fuck were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Body cams.
Body cams. Okay, so the body cams were a thing. They were coming about. It was tasers and body cams were the new hotness, specifically. And everyone was just like, oh, this is such a great thing because the police, there are all of these situations where they have accusations of excessive force with these individuals, and the cops are like, these people are crazy and violent, and those people are like, no, I was complying, they're just doing it because I was black. And we didn't know, truly, because there were instances where the cops were outwardly abusing people for being black, and then there are other instances where those people were just fucking around and found out and just cried about it because that's who they are as people. They don't accept responsibility for their own actions. So everyone was just like, oh, the potty cams will be a progressive thing. Like leftists all wanted it. Right wingers initially were like about it. Tasers were different. Most people on both sides were like, yeah, if you can just zap somebody and they don't die and they're also not attacking people anymore, like that's cool. Then you can detain them and do what you need to do with them. So I specifically remember, though, we were running this mock thing where we had to break up into groups and we had to give arguments as to why we were going to support this or not support it. Like we had the choice either way. And I remember I was with a couple of people and I was just like, so everyone's talking about how like this was a good thing. And I was like, guys, do you guys want to be the one group who's against it just for fun? And I remember everybody else was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, like everybody else is probably going to be pro body cam. Maybe somebody else would be anti body cam, but like we could just like kind of make like a little joke about it. Like we could pretend to be like political, like upstarts, like, well, I'm just concerned for my constituents' privacy or something like that. And I remember it was totally also because I was a little bit of like a wise ass, especially in class. So I was like, this will be entertaining. People will laugh. And we did it, and it actually went really well because, like, most other people were pro for it. There was another team that was against it, and I don't remember what their reasoning was. But we made, like, a really strong, like, privacy argument, and then we were also, like, I literally was just like, I just don't feel like it's in the best interest of my constituents. And I remember, too, the teacher was actually, like, I think he was like a former police chief and he still worked like in the police world a little bit. And he thought it was fucking hilarious. He was just like, oh my God, I deal with this all the time. That's exactly how it is. Good job. And like myself and my 3 other people got like 98s on it. So they were just like, hey, cool, man. Thanks. And I was like, yeah, man. But I remember just as a joke being anti-body cam. And now, like again, 99% of the time when we're looking at body cam footage, it's overwhelmingly like, wow, this person actually was acting violently crazy. Like, there are, of course, bad shoots. Like, it happens, but, like, overwhelmingly, it has not gone how people would think it have gone.
Okay, so the New York Magazine wrote, there are now over 150 YouTube channels devoted to unredacted arrests of everyday people. The most popular uploads are the most salacious and humiliating. When suspects try to flirt with cops, boast 7.9 million views. Hooters waitress tells cops, I can take it all off, claims 2.4 million. The unlucky ones have been watched and mocked millions of times. They've been ogled, insulted, and abused, and they're mostly women, mostly between 18 and 24, and mostly powerless to stop their online humiliation. So far, YouTube channels featuring such videos generated over a billion views and counting. The way it tends to go is first someone files a public records request for every DUI in a jurisdiction. Then they filter the list to exclude male names, and they finally request arrest footage for the rest. In a few months' time, the video pops up, the young woman slurring their words, stumbling around during their arrest. How exactly do we get from offers documenting lawful arrest and service of transparency to shadowy YouTubers pocketing ad dollars and extortion fees from humiliating records of everyday people? Body police cameras were expected to prevent abuse. Now they've been taken over by YouTubers who use the footage to embarrass young women for clips.
Mm-hmm. Like, here's the thing, like, be they women or men or whatever, like, it is shitty that for a lot of these people, whether or not they deserve the consequences of their actions, it's not for me to say. This is arguably some of the worst days in these people's lives, and it's just being uploaded to the internet for other people's entertainment. That, on that level alone, it is fucked. Like, the fact that people get enjoyment out of it. Like, it's one thing if it's some guy who's like a genuinely like, this is the thing though, like, having worked as long as I did as a 911 dispatcher and studying criminal justice, I definitely believe in evil. I think some people are just evil, but also like nothing really just falls out of the sky. So for me to sit there and like argue in favor of taking pleasure in somebody else's shitty day like that, like, the only real thing is, like, if they're trying to kill somebody else or kill the cop or kill somebody else and the cop just, like, ventilates them, that's where I'm really just like, well, yeah, you fucked around and you found out and maybe you were mentally ill, but you don't get to kill other people, and that's just where we're at with that. But, like, it's like the Hooters girl talking about, oh, I'll take it all off. Like, yeah, it's embarrassing, arguably gross behavior, but it's just like, you have to have something a little wrong with you to try to do that. And again, I'm not trying to make her out to be a victim really, but I'm saying like it doesn't help that like you're seeing this person's worst day and it's your entertainment. Like another, I feel like we've talked about this before. Do you remember that blonde lady on the plane who was like having a mental breakdown or some shit? And she's like, that motherfucker
Yeah.
is not real. And everybody kept
Yeah.
making jokes about it. And I'm just like, listen, this is a person who's having a mental crisis and needs help. And we're just like, we're memeing the shit out of it. It is what it is, but it's also really like, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't personally take a lot of joy in those. I do watch a couple of body cam
Mm-hmm.
s- related channels, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily like
So,
strictly body cam ones, but like active
mm-hmm.
self protection is a great channel for like watching defensive shootings happen,
Mm-hmm.
or you know, real life shootings, and getting defensive knowledge from that stuff. Um, but and a lot of times it does include body cam footage,
Mm-hmm.
and so you see those things. Um, and like you said, it's a real life action movie. I don't take pleasure in watching people like actually die because they're
No, yeah,
having like a schizophrenic breakdown and they won't drop a knife and they're trying to commit suicide by cop or something like
exactly. Like
that.
it's not.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but like th- there is unfortunately like a part of people that do like to watch that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I will say like there people talk about like high school kids no longer like go to house parties
Mm-hmm.
and like do fun things or hang out with their friends or do
Mm-hmm.
anything really. The only safe space is to just browse and lurk content.
Yeah.
They don't interact with the world. They don't drink. They don't smoke. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they smoke weed more than I guess millennials probably did, but
Mm, yeah.
like younger kids, they don't go out. They don't do things. They don't go to movies. They don't hang out because there's always like a phone watching them.
No,
And this
that's
is a little bit part of it where it's like, oh, if I like have an embarrassing moment, it's going to be immortalized forever and it's
forever.
going to
Yeah.
go viral. And like, I sympathize with that a little bit.
Yeah. That's also like that's
Where
I can't say that's not like a fear that I definitely have like in some degree. Like I still go out and I still do things and I don't let that stop me. But there is always in the back of my mind it's just like what if I like get into like a car accident and I get into like an argument with a dude and like somebody films it and I somehow come off looking for or something like that. Like it could also not even be your fault and you're just being caught on video at the wrong time and it makes you look like you're the asshole in the situation. And somebody's like, "Isn't this funny?" and it gets uploaded and like it's even not only is the worst day of your life, you actually didn't do anything wrong, but nobody believes you. Like there's all of these things that can happen and like it's unfortunately it's I can't sit here and I can't say like that's not a valid fear, but it is also something that like we're going to need to address both in the sense of we need to not make people feel this way, but we also need to be like, all right, listen, you can't like not live your life and never go out because you're afraid of being on the internet. Like it's just you can't. Like it's always come in different ways too. Like it used to be like pedophile danger or kidnapping danger, and now it's just like, hey, everywhere you go, there's a camera. So it's like fuck.
yeah, well, like I would long for the real freedom that you have when you are not observed.
Yeah.
Um, but at the same time, like I think it is probably like having a dash cam on your car very exonerating to all the parties around. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, uh, I have footage of this crash and I know exactly what happened. And my insurance will pay out in
Mm-hmm.
the exact right way. And you know, anytime somebody's using force, as cops have a legal monopoly on
Mm-hmm.
initiating in different situations, it's probably not a bad idea to have like a video record of those interactions. The flip side of that is like, oh, should there be a threshold to FOIA, like
Mm-hmm.
where like, oh, are people actually exploiting um FOIA to just like try and dox their enemies or
Mm-hmm.
whatever like
Mm-hmm.
that. Not dox, but
I mean, people do that though. Like
Yeah, they
they'll
do.
file FOIA requests, and like sometimes it's like there was actually something, and this is probably like just one little quick thing I want to go on about, but like on Instagram there was this fitness influencer, and I don't remember his name, but he like got into an argument with a bunch of people online and tried to dox some person who found out being like handicapped. So a bunch of people started to dox him in return, and they found out that he basically changed his name because when he was younger he got arrested for sexual assault. And it's like, okay, that's one situation where you have somebody being openly hostile on the internet, and you provide evidence that not only are they openly hostile online, they actually tried to like rape somebody. Like, that's okay, this person's a problem. You should probably not listen to them. You should not follow them as an influencer or something like that. But like, it also, there are cases where people are just doxing information about people that probably shouldn't just be used in like an argument. Like swatting, for example, is kind of a good example of this. Like, you're
Yeah.
not necessarily doxing the person, but like you're really putting people in risk. You're also like the cops, you're fucking with them too, which is not, like, again, like, I'm not saying I'm really concerned for their well-being, but like that is a risk these days that like cops have to deal with, is if they're being told there's like a hostage situation or a suicidal male or somebody with a gun, and they go to this place and it's just like just some dude chilling and has no idea that it's just one of his enemies online who's mad at him for disagreeing with him about what side of the road cars should drive on. And this person's just unhinged and calls the local police department and says this individual is XYZ. And who knows, man? Like, it's fucked. But yeah, it's, yeah, privacy. Oh. Well, what else do we want to cover?
Yeah, man. I let me go back through
Hmm.
what other things I'd seen recently. We're getting about at the hour map.
We just about
Or
are.
hour.
And my cat is
Um,
my cat requires
the
attention.
Bad Bunny halftime show.
Oh,
Yeah,
whatever. I didn't watch it,
I
not because I didn't like I didn't try on purpose not to watch it. I literally just didn't turn into the Super Bowl until like the halfway through the third quarter, because I was tracking the score, and when I saw it kept going up by 3 points, like just on the Seahawks side, I was like, I
was
don't need to
real
watch this.
football.
Yeah.
They kicked it.
Oh yeah, they kicked that football.
But somebody pointed out like or was like, oh, the show sucked from the stands because they were surrounded by all this grass.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're watching, like, also might have noticed that, like, if you've seen any clips, like Bad Bunny had like a huge amount of torso material.
Yeah.
He was wearing a bulletproof vest.
Oh yeah, he was.
And the grass people were there to obscure the view of him. And
That's
I think he
wild.
was absolutely petrified of getting shot from the stands. Of that, how that would happen, I have no idea. But because NFL stadiums actually have decent security.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were somehow absolutely petrified of that,
Mm-hmm.
which ruined the show for the people. Even if you could enjoy or did enjoy Bad Bunny
Mm-hmm.
as like somebody sitting in the stands, like you couldn't even see him. And it's like, what's the point of like him actually performing on the field? Like, he
Exactly.
thing.
I did think it was funny though that like the grass, the bushes and shit were actually people, and they all had to like walk out.
Well, they couldn't put like set pieces because it deformed the field.
Exactly.
surface.
But no, it was just amusing because like I saw the videos of them like walking in and out like before and after the show, and people were making a lot of like Vietnam jokes, which is fantastic. The trees are moving, and like there's this Asian kid, and then it fades over, and he's like in a bush with like a rice hat and like an AK, and it's just like, okay, yeah, I can appreciate this.
That is SKS.
Yeah.
Greta Thunberg, somebody made an awesome joke about the Cuba blockade.
Oh, she did?
Have you seen this? How Cuba's like literally dwindling to its last few barrels of
oil.
Oh, the only way to generate decent amount of electricity on that island. Russia has canceled all its flights and is trying to extract any citizens. Canada has also canceled all their flights from in and out of Cuba.
Interesting.
Air Canada has. Anyways, I'm very interested to see if the defunct Cuban government will make it much after they run out of oil supplies here. But somebody made a great joke, which Greta was putting together a humanitarian aid sailing convoy to Cuba, and Bridget Fetisi, credit to her, said, "Has anybody considered that she just really likes sailing?
Yeah, I mean, she's
Sail to the UN, sail to Palestine, sail to Cuba."
sail to Cuba, sail to Taiwan will be coming up shortly, I'm sure. But yeah, that's man. I completely forgot. Completely forgot about Cuba. Silly me.
Going through what other things did we see? Charlie Munger approved of the Costco membership fee because he figured the kind of people that steal from stores are unlikely to pay a membership fee to earn the privilege.
That's fair. That's a very ANCAP solution to.
Costco membership should be a template for society.
It should. I think the Costco membership and Chick-fil-A customer service, I feel like there's a real blueprint there.
Got to synergize a couple things.
Got to synergize. All right. Well, I guess we'll see what happens, and we'll talk about it next week. Now we're almost done with the podcast. I'm like coming back here, and I'm just like, oh right, I've got all of this shit to deal with now. This is gonna be very interesting times, man. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's just like,
bless you. Like, you'll get through it.
Yeah, we'll get through it. It's just like I've never it's bad enough dealing with this. There is also like I like this man. Like him and I were friends, and it's like shit. So, oh well, what can you do? Pray for him. Life goes on. Pray for his family, his friends. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope to see you this same time-ish next week. We hope you stay safe. Seriously. We hope you, if you've been putting off getting a physical, like if it's been a while and you're just like, I don't know, just go do it. It's a good idea. Once a year, just get checked up. Like I've been putting it off. I'm definitely probably going to get a physical in the next couple weeks because I'm just like, fuck. Don't put that shit off. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, your fiance too.
One every like 6 months or so.
Really?
Oh, she goes to the doctor all the time. But
okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen a GP since I was like 18.
No, yeah, I would say like the last time I really I think the last time I got a physical, Obama was still president. So
I'll go to specialists. Like I've gone to a dermatologist a couple times.
Like if something's wrong, sure, yeah.
Like I know what's wrong. Like I don't need to see my GP to like have my broken toe fixed or whatever, or have like some weird skin growth removed or something like that. Like,
yeah,
it's so
yeah. Well, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. Be safe. We'll see you this time next week, and hopefully nothing crazy happens out there. Too crazy, Nothing ever happens, but it's always happening. So stay safe once again, and as always, taxation's theft.